dance for joy or love.
Welcome to Slightly Shambolic SMMT Reviews, the series that we do at the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders Test Day at the Millbrook Proving Ground in Bedfordshire, where we take a brand new car and have to review it in about 30 minutes, and it all goes horribly wrong. This is a 2025 Honda HRV 1.5 Advanced Style Plus. But is it any good? Should you care? Let's find out, shall we? So this generation of HRV was launched in 2021. I have driven the previous two generations of HRV, one which ran from 1999 to 2006, the other one that ran from 2015 to 2021. And I saw one of these actually initially in a dealership in Surrey in late 2021 when I was doing a job for a client. We were looking at the old Civic Tourer at the time, a second-hand one. And I saw this in the showroom and I thought, that looks like a lovely car. And well, quite a long time later, we are having a go in said HRV. This is the top of the range car, which costs about £37,400 apparently, this particular specification. It is very nice, it has got a lot of equipment in it. It's not the fastest thing in the world. This car does 0 to 60 in about 10.6 seconds. And top speed I don't think is particularly high. It's got a 1.5 hybrid powertrain with 131 horsepower, shared with the Mark 5 Jazz, which is also the car which it shares a platform. We're just on the city course at Millbrook today because I thought actually it would be a representative of where most people are going to be driving this, opposed to the Alpine Hill circuit. We've got a Skoda Favorit in front of us. Yes, a Skoda Favorit. Isn't that crazy? So let's just go through and see how it feels. We're just, I think, going to keep the car in the eco mode for now, which is probably what is most appropriate for city conditions. We'll use the drive mode selector and see what happens. Yeah, we'll put it in eco mode. So it's not giving me huge amounts of power. It's making the steering nice and light. We're going around these sort of curves. You can possibly see on the camera just how tight some of these turns are actually going to be. In that Favorit, he's not even got power steering, whereas I've got this obviously drive mode selector. We can make the steering a bit heavier if we want to and make the car go a little bit faster. In fact, I'll just move it up to normal mode and see if that provides a little bit more in the way of assistance from the transmission to make us go a bit faster. Whereas Sport is going to provide even more. There we go. It's a lot more difficult now to keep the car at a sort of low constant speed. The steering has got a bit heavier. To be honest, the steering I think is fine like this. I just probably need the eco powertrain just so we can drive comfortably at quite low speeds. Got on full lock there actually on there. So lots of arm swelling going on. We'll put it back into the economy mode now. It moves right. There we go. We've also got the regen braking in B. Actually, we can adjust that. We can amp it up still further. So we're in maximum regen as well, which is good for going over things like crossings and things like that. Ride seems pretty good. The road is a little bit bumpy, but it feels absolutely fine. It's a shame I haven't got too much longer with this car. You get about 20-25 minutes per car at this event. I would like to actually take this on a longer test, maybe like a week or something. I don't know if that's possible, but it's very comfortable. It's very, very easy to drive. The rear visibility is not the best. It's got quite a small rear window, this car, which probably hampers things a little bit. The regen's working well. It's not quite one pedal driving. I'd prefer that, to be honest, than what it is. But there we go. My mobile phone is charging nicely on the wireless charging pad. I've got my Wi-Fi charging in there. Everything is right with the world. So this is the top of the range HRV in this country. It's called the Advanced Style Plus, and it retails for £37,400, which is quite a lot of money. You get a lot of equipment with it. Sort of, you think about it, Ford Puma in some of the best-selling trim, and I tested one of those in September 2024. It's about 33,000, and that's approximately where these sort of start as well, although I think they are a slightly nicer car. Looks are a very personal thing, but I think that both this and the current generation Civic Mark 11 Civic are very nice looking cars indeed. I think this is a very stylish car. I am a little bit disappointed about the size of the boot. It's not very big at all. It's about 350 litres, which is, in comparison with all the other cars in the class, even if you compare it, I don't know, with Suzuki S-Cross or something like that, which is a lot cheaper, it's not very good, really. The same thing with the old Honda E, that was a bit like that. The boot was very small on those. I had to drive one a few years ago as well. One thing I do like is this sort of liner that's in here, and maybe this is an accessory, but I like this. We'll see if we actually get a spare wheel. We probably don't, but it's worth looking anyway. No, we don't. There's probably a lot of hybrid stuff in there, although there is a sort of compartment in the floor there where you can put various things. We don't have the sort of waterproof box you get in the Ford Puma, which is a bit of a shame, but there we go. So we can close that. There we go. We're going to close, or this is sort of... Oh, there we go, just use that button. What's that button for then? Maybe that's to stop it sort of slicing someone's head off. Nice size rear wiper as well. I know that's not really a big concern with a lot of people who buy a car like this, but I like the fact we've actually got a decent size. Most rear wipers are really small these days. 18-inch wheels. I like these kind of electric blue bits on here. Door handles hidden in the C-pillars there. And this is a nice interior, isn't it? It's very, very nice. You expect that for the sort of money that it's charging, over £37,000 for this car. And also, yes, we've got the magic seats. Fabulous. Obviously that means you can only travel in the car with 2 seats if you use them, but brilliant. Absolutely fabulous. And we can just drop them into the floor as well. You can tell this car is based on the current Jazz, the Mark V, can't you? Wonderful. Do these seat belts stay out of the way as well? Yes, they do. Isn't that brilliant? I mean, this is a reason to buy this car alone. If you want something that's a bit bigger than a Jazz, and you still want the magic seats, this is the only car I think that does it. I like that. Room seems good. We've got these sort of covers and things in here. Does that mean you can take them off? Yeah, that's going to require 2 hands, but you can take this cover off if you want to, and have a bit more light in here. We might do that actually, because this car to me just feels a little bit on the dark side in here with this black headlining. Although the seats are rather nice. This sort of, I don't know, grey, cream, artificial leather or something. With a bottle holder in here. We don't have any storage at the bottom of the doors. We do have a bottle holder at the top, which I suppose is adequate. If I pull this with this bit, there we go. How does the material feel? Now it's hard at the top, which is normal for the class, but door handles feel very nice. That feels very good. So quite nice materials in here, really. And we've got some mat pockets. Bizarrely, that's not really given in a car like this. Sometimes you don't get them. And then we've got the rear armrest. There's some cup holders in it. Couple of vents with 2 USB-C ports down there. It's a bit useless for me. I really need a normal USB port, which of course there's one in the front there, another USB-C, so that's fine. But yeah, feels good. Headroom is perfectly decent. The room feels good. Wheelbase is much longer than in a Jazz anyway, so it is going to feel like a large car, and it does. Let's see if we can get these panels off and get a bit more light in here. Excellent views. Look at this. Yes. Now this doesn't open, this particular bit. I've taken the shade off as well from the front, so we've got twin sunroofs in this car. We'll see in a moment if that one actually opens. Got climate control vents here as well. That is a real boon. I'm going to have to reattach those at some point, but when I go out for a drive, I will actually leave them off, because it's better when you're driving to have them unattached like that. So that's a huge improvement. That has actually considerably changed my opinion of this car and its trim level. It feels a lot more sort of light and bright, and also more luxurious to have that particular feature in this Advanced Style Plus trim. Wonderful. One thing I have noticed about this car though is the doors don't open particularly wide. So a lot of these we bought by families, and that just doesn't go as far as I'd expect it to for some reason. But you know, head point and everything's fine. Keyless entry, of course, and blind spot monitoring and all the other regular features. Power fold mirrors. Can I get this car with this hybrid powertrain and the 1.5 engine, which is the same as in the Jazz actually. It's not really got a tiny needle just sitting there waiting for me to turn the car on, which you won't do for a second. It's just to take in these physical climate control buttons, and they feel very nice and look very high quality. Same with this, nice sort of materials on the dash, although for some reason that is not soft touch, which is very, very strange, because the rest of the car feels pretty good actually. It's just this dash, you expect that on a car that costs this amount of money to be soft touch, but maybe I'm being fussy and stupid, but you know, that's just what it sort of seems to me to need. These paddles, by the way, they're for regen braking, they aren't for the transmission. There is a B mode down there as well, which we'll be probably using, because I think we might be taking this out on the city course rather than the hill route. I don't think this car is particularly going to handle the best, so we'll just use the city course I think for this. But yes, look at that. It all looks very nice. Maybe, you know, the lesser models, the Elegance is the base model, which is a lot cheaper than this. Perhaps that would be a better choice for most people because it's a bit cheaper and maybe you don't need all this extra equipment. Right, I'm just going to plug in something into the USB port because I need to charge it. I'll just also close this door. Well, it is a very nice looking interior. We're on accessory mode. We'll just press this glowing power button to turn a few more bits on. My MiFi is charging happily in there, although there's a warning on here which suggests that it might sort of get a bit hot and catch fire, which yeah, maybe that's not the best thing to happen. So I love the way we've got a standard analog speedometer. I think that's brilliant. That might be just me feeling it's a bit gimmicky or whatever, but yeah, I like that. So if we cycle through, do we cycle through some menu things here, or is that just a volume control? Hold on a second here, viewers. So there's various bits in here. If we go there we go. Seatbelt, safety support, brake light display, driver attention, navigation. You press that in. Yeah, there we are. Great, okay. So back, and then go back again to here, phone and audio and things like that, and speed and time. It's actually reasonably easy to navigate. Do we have average fuel consumption? 52.6 miles per gallon in this big heavy car. That's really good, actually. Superb. It's one of the reasons why actually you buy one of these. So you've got there the hybrid system there, showing that. Power and charge. So that's a bit like a rev counter, but you know, we want to stay in the green bit and out of the blue bit, I think. Yeah, very good. Very impressed so far. We've got dual zone climate control, everything's on here. So charging there, the wireless charging pad is on. I don't think my phone supports that, so we won't be using it. I mean, I'll put it on there and see, but I don't think so. So we can move the MiFi up here. I'll just get out my old Sony and just see if this does anything. I somehow think it doesn't, but oh gosh, it's doing something. Oh my gosh, it's actually charging it. Oh wow, brilliant. So does that support wireless Android Auto or something? So go on phone, does that mean we're going to have that? I'm not sure I've got time to fiddle with that too much, and we'll get bored, so we won't do that. We'll just go to home and just have a look to see if we've got anything else that's interesting. It's all sort of greyed out. Put it on Bluetooth. You can use for navigation, but most people use Android or Apple CarPlay, won't they? So yeah, trip computer, vehicle settings, everything is good. The only thing I would say is quite a small screen. It feels to me like this is nowhere near the sort of 12.5-inch displays that an awful lot of other manufacturers have in cars like this. If I look up my information here, it's only a 9-inch touchscreen, this. So just bear that in mind. Got a centre console in here. It feels good. It feels nice quality. The armrest is very nice. We've got drive mode selected down there. To see if it actually brings anything up on there. Sport, normal, and economy. I like the way we've got a physical one. A hill descent control. There's the electronic handbrake. I don't like electronic handbrakes, but it's just the way of the world these days. And then we've got the shift lever here. It's a nice conventional one. I'm pleased about that actually, because most manufacturers put really weird shift levers in cars these days. So can we fit my secret mission documents in the glove box? No? Oh yes, we can. Brilliant. I better remember I've left them in there. I like the way we've got these actually on this side I'll show you better. These little rotary controls for the airflow. That's nice and logical. The door bins aren't massive. I'm a bit surprised about that, to be honest. I thought it'd be bigger in this car. Bonnet release is down there. You can open the boot with that button there, or by using the key or the button on the rear. It's whatever you want to do. Yeah, I'm quite impressed. Everything feels just nice and comfortable and high quality. The only thing I've noticed is I don't think this car's got electric seats. It's not got electric seats. For £37,400 we don't get electric seats. Maybe I'm just being fussy, viewers, but you know, there we go. Right, that's quite enough. Let's have a look under the bonnet, shall we? So here we have the 1.5 hybrid powertrain. That's, I think, 131 horsepower. 0 to 60 is about 10.6 seconds, and this is the only powertrain that you can get in this country, actually. Very similar to what's in the Jazz, obviously the same platform as the Mark V Jazz. I don't imagine you'll be having too many problems with these. Particularly the Jazz is known for being a very, very dependable car, and this being so closely related to it means that it probably is as well. This one is a facelifted car, of course. The facelift came in 2024, so it looks a bit different from when the cars came out in 2021. Right, I think we're going to go out for another little spin, viewers. I think it'll be fun. So yeah, in city conditions, this car is pretty good, to be honest. It doesn't feel too unwieldy or anything. I like the extra sort of ability we've got, because we've got the hybrid system. We can use the regen braking, which is good. But if we get round this roundabout, which is probably most of what I can do in terms of getting up to sort of higher speed, let's just see what it's like. Just put it round this corner. Pretty much sport mode, shouldn't I? Just a little bit of sport mode. There we go. That's quite good, actually. The steering's got some nice weight to it in sport mode. You can feel the car is wanting to go a lot faster. It doesn't disappoint itself actually at all, as I was expecting. The biggest problem with this car is just the price. So as I said, the car starts at about £32,000 of the lower trims and rises to, this is 37,400, but you can spend even more than that, about 39. And that's territory of things like the Hyundai Tucson, the Kia Sportage, and they are a lot bigger than this, and they're a lot more powerful than this. Not necessarily too much more in the way of equipment, because this car is very, very well equipped. But I don't know quite who the market of this car is. If you're an absolute Honda diehard and you want the lovely magic seats in here, I'm just not quite sure about that. It's a little bit of a shame, because I think this is a fantastic car. I just think it's quite expensive for what it is. Anyway, let's see if we can park this back up on the stand. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again for some more incredibly shambolic reviews.